Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hold on. Today is still Monday, May 5th, 2025, back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Just hopped out the shower, reading through some comments. From my last video, right? Did I say thank y'all for tuning in, first of all? Thank y'all. I really enjoy, no matter how many views I get, whenever I drop a video, I'm excited to see y'all comment. Even though I don't get to respond to all those comments, it excites me, makes me feel pretty good to know that y'all rocking with me like that, man. Like I've said before, I had no idea there were people that wanted to hear what the hell I had to say. I know a lot of y'all pretend y'all don't want to hear what I got to say, and you criticize me and you talk crazy about me, but yet you hear every day. So thank you too. But again, I want to thank all y'all, man, for just showing up every day when you don't have to. And for just showing me that you want to hear what the hell this old country dude from Mobile, Alabama got to say. Whether you agree with me or not, you still want to hear what I have to say. You're interested in what I'm saying, agree or disagree. So with that being said, I want to address this comment I got from a black woman telling me about myself. Because I made the mistake of blaming a Western, I didn't say black. First of all, I was just saying Western women are not worth marrying nowadays. I never gave a race. And she commenced to telling me about how I had lost her, which I didn't know I was trying to find her, but she said I had lost her. She's a black woman. And when I said about how the Western woman is not worth marrying nowadays, I'm talking to modern woman, they don't even want to be married. They're naked. They're outside naked. You want your son marrying that lady? These women that's out here nowadays, if you got a young son, 21, 22 years old, you want him marrying these women that's out here now that you see? Unless you must be one of them. Tell me where I'm wrong when I said these Western women are not worth marrying and having a family with. Where am I wrong? Because you follow me for a while when I say anything about women that are out of order. I'm not talking about old-fashioned, down-home women. Or do I need to say modern women every goddamn time I refer to a woman that's out of order? I'm talking about modern women. Women have not always been out of order. The women, my mom, my grandma, all of them, they weren't out of order. So I ain't talking about them. So when I say women are out of order, I'm talking about today, these women. And they're not worth marrying. I don't want my son marrying one, even though he got autism. He probably want, who knows, he might want to get married one day. I don't know. But do you want your son marrying one of these women nowadays that you see on TV, Sexy Red and all of them? You want your son marrying that? You want your son marrying a woman who say going out on a date to the Cheesecake Factory ain't good enough for her? You want a woman who say a real man pay all the bills and I ain't got to do nothing but sit here and look cute? You want your son marrying that? Because that's what I'm talking about when I say the Western woman. And I didn't say race, but you brought up black like I was talking about black women. But since you want to bring up black women, let's talk about it. Because it seems like black women nowadays, and it's the modern black woman again, the old school, old-fashioned women, they somewhere with a man. They know how to get a man. It's usually you modern, younger women that can't get a man, can't keep a man, man don't want to be bothered with you. The older women that can cook, looking for a man, for the man, they still love men, they beating off men. They turning down men left and right. They have no problem finding a man that's willing to get them some money, help them out, pay some bills. They're not having a hard time finding a man like that. From what I hear. The women that still can cook, still feminine, still classy, still got respect for themselves. If they ain't with a man, it's because they don't want to be. Not because they don't have options. Men after them. I know I am. The kind of woman I want. So now, let's get on to this topic. You can't turn on no video, no platform, Facebook, YouTube, or nothing, without seeing a black woman somewhere telling a black man what he needs to be doing, what's wrong with him, his issues, his flaws, what he needs to do better, what a real man does. A man's supposed to do this all day, every day. Nowhere will you find women talking about what a woman needs to be doing for the man that she wants. All she talk about is the kind of man she wants, but never talk about what she need to do for that man. But that ain't what the topic about. She got me on the black woman based on her comment. Because I said something about the Western woman that worth marrying and having a family with. She said, what about, I'm black, and what about the deadbeat dads, the men that these women had kids with, and he ran off and left her. She blaming the man for the single mom. What about the deadbeat dads that ain't had nothing to do with the videos about? She talking about black men. You know, black men destroyed the black family when we ran off and left the kids, right? And I'm so sick of hearing that narrative because it ain't true. And I told her she full of it. You know, here's the truth: what destroyed the black family. While the majority of black women nowadays are single moms. In 1965, only 5% of black women had kids out of wedlock. Today it's 75%. 1965, only 5% of black women had kids, they weren't married. Black women were getting married at a higher rate than white women. I know y'all find that hard to believe, don't you? Go do the research. As a matter of fact, I should have wrote it down where I got it from. I just saw it before I made this video. The stats of where we come from and how I'm going to tell you where we come from and how we got here. In the 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, Jim Crow, segregation, slavery, the black man has always been present as much as he possible. He fought hard to be in his family life on the plantation. The black man was beaten, hung up, strung up for trying to be married, trying to keep his family together, trying to have a wife and his kids and keep them together without being sold off. Even on the plantation during slavery, the black man who y'all criticize so much for not being there now, you overlooking why he's not there. We're going to go into all that. You know I'm going to tell you. Believe it or not, I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm a student of history. Somebody asked me, my lady friend asked me yesterday, what subjects do I love? What books do I like to read? And what do I like to read about? My number one, my favorite is history, world history, white history, black history, Chinese history. I love history. I go back thousands of years to the Mayans, Aztec, Neanderthals, Lucy. I go back. I love history. So now, if you go back to the slave plantation, if the black man is such a deadbeat father, why was he on that slave plantation getting beat with whips for getting married? On a slave plantation, risking his life to be married to his black woman and to be a father to his black children. On a slave plantation. Slavery ended. The black father was still struggling, broke, whatever, worked his fingers to the nubs for his wife and kids. The black man doing integrate after slavery, segregation, Jim Crow, lynching, all he went through, he didn't run out on his family. The black family stood strong. Black women, black families were more intact during those days than white families. Look it up. The black family was strong. And when the black family was strong, the black community was strong. Somebody took interest in destroying the black family. Because, as I said in my last video, a strong nuclear family is a strong society. So a strong nuclear black family in a country at the time that hated black people, they didn't want to see no strong black family. So a plan was devised to get the black man out of the home and get the black woman to despise the black man and not depend on him and think she better than him, think she don't need him. Oh, it was a plan devised to get us to where we are right now. It didn't happen on coincidence. It didn't just happen because the black man, sorry, he a deadbeat, don't care nothing about his kids. That ain't what happened. While you around here putting down the black man, you modern, westernized black woman. You are what happened in our government to the black family. You are why the black man ended up having to leave the home and the government. They came up with a plan, devised a plan to use you just like Satan used Eve. This wicked government that we had, it's still wicked, allegedly. This wicked government that we had devised a plan and came through the woman like Satan did to destroy the family, the black family. So that we would, because they knew we would end up where we are right now, prison full of black kids, prison full of black men. They knew we would end up right here with no black fathers in the home. So the number one plan they devised to destroy the black community would get the black father out the home, to destroy the nuclear family, while y'all tearing down the black man, when you were the catalyst that destroyed the black family, black woman. And even though I'm finna hit y'all with this truth, I still don't hate you. You don't hear me coming on here every day putting the black woman down like y'all do the black man. So since y'all want to do that, I need to tell y'all the truth. And then go back and verify everything I'm telling y'all. During slavery, black family was strong. Even being sold, split up, and sold, the black family was still strong, even on the slave plantation. But yet we got the black man, a deadbeat, don't care nothing about his family. After slavery, America was just as racist as it was during slavery. Y'all know segregation, black only, white only, blacks to the back of the bus, black coming in through the back of the restaurant. Even then, the black nuclear family was strong. Only 5% of black women had kids out of wedlock. They were getting married at an extremely high rate. Black men, black women, married. I told y'all when I grew up, that's all I saw. Very few homes didn't have a father in it. Unfortunately, mine was one of them that didn't have a father. But I had a adopted father, but my biological father and mother weren't together. And the reason for that is my mom got rid of him. He just so weak to where when she got rid of him, he left me too. He wanted to do with me. Whether he was so devastated or hurt, I don't know what the hell. But when my mom got rid of him, ran him off, he said, I don't know. He said, the hell with me too. That's his fault. That ain't her fault. But she ran him off. So now, black people, 30s, 20s, right after slavery, throughout all that, the Great Depression, the Renaissance era, what's that, the 20s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, all throughout that time, the black family, in spite of segregation, Jim Crow, extreme discrimination, racism, and danger to black people, they can get snatched up out the street, took out somewhere, and unalive with no consequence. But even during a time like that, the black man, the black woman were married with black children in a black home. That black man got up, took his ass to work, figured out a way, no matter how hard it got, he was down with his family. Well, big boy, what destroyed the black family? Lyndon Johnson, the Democrat president who signed the civil rights legislation, one of the biggest racists ever known to mankind, the one who said he gonna have these N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years, the same president who N-words regularly slipped out of his mouth, no matter who was around, on TV, it didn't matter. He didn't have no problem letting it be known he don't like black people. But he was a Democrat. Democrats didn't like black people. Democrats were the ones who devised the plan. Democrats were the ones who came up with slavery in America. There was only one political party, Democrat. Wasn't no Democrat and Republican. Democrats were first. The Republicans were founded as an anti-slavery party to fight against the Democrats who were for slavery. When slavery ended, the Ku Klux Klan was founded. Guess who founded the Ku Klux Klan? Where they originated from? The Democrat Party. I told you I'm a historian. Go back and check out everything I'm telling you. Black woman. So the Democrat Party, the same one that was pro-slavery, that was for slavery, fought tooth and nail to keep slavery going, the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party, where the Ku Klux Klan come from. The Democrat Party has always been anti-black, and it still is. And they so cunning with it, they got black people believing that any black person that finds this out is an Uncle Tom. They make y'all turn on the black people that realize what they was doing. That they are the real racists. When people like me find out, it was the Democrats we were fighting against for our rights. When Martin Luther King and all the civil rights leaders were battling for our civil rights, you know that civil rights legislation y'all claim Trump for the take. He ain't took yet, but y'all said he was going to take a few months ago. We still got it. But anyway, it was the Democrats that were in power. The president was Lyndon Johnson, the LBJ. You know, I'm going to have these N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years. And his plan to do that, he was forced pretty much by gunpoint. The country was being torn apart with the civil rights battle. Torn apart. The same reason Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, not because he loved slaves and black people, but because he was trying to keep the country together. When Lyndon Johnson signed that civil rights legislation, after going through battle after battle, sit-in, marches, protests, dogs, Martin Luther King get thrown in jail, it took all that before he signed it. He did not they just go up to, hey, Mr. Johnson, black people want their rights. Can you give them to us? Oh, sure, I love black people. No. He signed the civil rights legislation after years of battle from black people fighting against him. He is no friend of black people. The Democrat Party was never a friend of black people. So once that civil rights legislation was signed, and we supposedly had our rights now, from that point on, a plan was devised. You think they gave up on destroying the black race in America because slavery was over and so-called segregation was so-called over? Integration came up. You think the races y'all talking about, black women who come and sell, y'all say racism still exists, right? Well, I'm telling you what happened to the black family. Y'all claim we're going through so much racism now, but you're overlooking the racism that happened then that really was going on. We ain't dealing with that now. They did. That's what tore up the black family. Not a deadbeat, sorry black man, but a black man who was having to deal with a racist society that didn't want him in the home because they had a plan to get him up out of there to destroy the black race. To have us right where we at right now. It was a plan devised by your beloved Democrat Party, black woman. The Democrat Party that you love. When they came with those social programs, welfare, and all that type of stuff. Before all that, you couldn't pay a black man to leave his family. Go back and look. Ask if you got a grandma, great grandma, big mama, whatever, ask her how it was back then, if they still living. You couldn't pay a black man to walk out on his family. He was forced out by necessity. They offered a struggling family these social programs, told the black woman she didn't need the black man, told the black woman, you're strong and independent, you're beautiful, you're strong, you don't need no man. How dare you let him be over you like that? Yeah, that's right. You know, feminism. So, they told you, we got these programs right here for you and your children. See, you got this black man here. See, the black man couldn't get a good job back then. So, even though he was in the household, that part still was struggling. Because he can get a job, but it wasn't no high-paying job. You know, like James Evans, keeping your head above water, making a way when you can, temporary layoffs, good time, easy credit rip-off, good time, ain't we lucky we got them, boom, 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 good time. That. James Evans. Those are the type of fathers that was in the black family. That's where that idea came from, because that's how it was. But what had happened was, even though he was working, get up, go to work, work hard every day, he wasn't making nothing. Most of them. So they weren't living a great life. The government came in and said, hey, we got this little program, we're going to help you with your food. You got a man in the house and y'all still struggling. Now y'all all nowadays, I can do bad by myself. That's where that came from. I can do bad by myself. That's where that came from. The government told you, black woman, you can do bad by yourself. Get rid of him. We got this right here for you. We're going to help you pay your bills, help you pay buy your food, all that. You don't need him. You gonna do, why you struggling with him? And you got to hear him act like he's the boss and he the head of the household. He out there struggling. We got these programs. We're going to put money in your pocket, pay your rent, Section 8, food in your refrigerator, clothes on your back. You don't need no man. But in order for us to do this for you, can't have no man living here. He ain't doing that no way. He might well, hey, and y'all fell for it. Thought that little money they were giving you was gonna have you when you ain't struggling no more. You got, cause you were struck when you was just with the black man, when y'all wasn't getting no assistance, you were struggling. Even with the black man in the house, it was still a struggle. But you wasn't willing to struggle with him. Sound familiar, fellas? They ain't willing to struggle with it today either. Looking for the easy way. And they preyed on you, looking for the easy way. Didn't want to struggle with your man. So now we're at a point where when the black man get up where he ain't struggling no more, y'all man gotta go get a white woman. But you ain't want to struggle with him. You got to a point to where the Democrats got in your ear and told you, you ain't gonna have to struggle. When life is a struggle, and you're still struggling. They lied to you, like they always do. They still lying to you. And you convinced that the black man's a deadbeat, no good, and that's why you hate the black man now, because they told you to. They told you the black man wasn't nothing. He don't mean you no good. Get him out of here and we'll take care of you. You don't need it. You're strong and independent. And look, how did that work out for not just you, but the black race? Look at us now, with no father in the household. That's our problem. The government, via the Democrat Party, infiltrated the black family through the black woman and destroyed us. And y'all still run around here a year later, just like Lyndon Johnson said, ain't did no research, no study. Somebody come along, sounding an alarm, telling you, hey, them Democrats are our enemies of black people. Instead of you listening and then going to check it out for yourself, you call me and Uncle Tom sell out because I don't rock with a party that has traditionally hated my people. And I found out about it. Now I'm telling y'all, and you turn against me. Like a best friend that tells his friend, hey man, your wife tried to holler at me. The best friend turned against you for telling him. Not my wife. No, that happens. So here I am telling y'all, sounding the alarm, hey, the Democrats destroyed the black race in America. They've always hated us. They're the slavery people, Ku Klux Klan people, segregation people, Democrats. You don't want to hear that. So instead, you just sit there and call a black man sorry, deadbeat, because that was the Democrat government platform told you, black woman. And it worked. Now look at us. How's that working out for you? That's the truth. Don't believe me. Check it out for yourself. I'm just a student of history. Get it, got it, good. Bye.